Were you born in Rhode Island?
Was I born in Rhode Island?
Yeah, no, you wasn't.
I was born in Canada.
Canada? The hell are you doing from Canada?
I was born in Canada and I had to learn to talk English. I was French. I was French.
You're not French.
I was born in Canada on a farm, and when I was 5 years old, I moved from the farm to Three Rivers.
There you go. I wiped the French off. You're Italian now.
And then from Three Rivers, I moved to Biddeford. Then I lived in Biddeford for about 5 years, and then I moved to Rhode Island.
How old were you when you moved to Biddeford?
You worked in a mill in Rhode Island, didn't you?
Every 5 years I moved away.
You worked in a mill in Rhode Island, right?
Where did I live in Rhode Island?
Yeah.
Pasco, Rhode Island.
Pasco?
About 20 miles from Providence.
How about, you said you worked in a mill. You made clothes for soldiers?
Clothes.
When did you do that?
When I made some clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I did a lot of sewing for other people. Oh, yes.
Oh.
I did that for years. But I worked before. I worked in a mill before, you know. I mean, besides that.
Slater Mill?
I worked in factories all the time from the time I was 16 years old. In those days, there was no labor laws, and you didn't have to go to school like now, you know.
Yeah.
Now you got to go to high school, and then in those days you could go to work. When I lived in Three Rivers, when I was only about 5, 6, 7 years old, I worked in a coffin factory.
Coffin factory? Coffin?
Coffin factory.
Like this?
I used to, you know, those letters that they put on coffins there, you know what I mean? It was like a little, I used to put the little piece of lead in there, and the letter in there, then it went over flame, you know what I mean? And it melted, then they used to put that on coffins.
You're not going to invent it again.
What, like with their names on it? Was it the people what letters were on it?
In the coffin factory. When I was a kid.
Was it the company? The company name? What letters were you putting on it?
What was the letters you put on it? LL Bean? You know, letters. What letters did you put on it?
Was it the company name?
Names?
What letters were you putting on?
Oh, it was letters, you know, they just letters, I don't know, must have been the year.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it was because it was upside down.
Okay.
And all I did is take care of the letters,
Yeah.
you know, so I don't know what the hell they did with it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I worked in a factory when I was 16 years old. I worked in a elastic factory.
Yeah.
Where I made elastic, pieces of elastic.
Yeah.
And then I run a sewing machine there, and I made the men's garters. They used to make men's garters in those days.
Yeah! Put them on like this?
Yeah, no.
Hold up your socks.
That's little ones.
Yeah, hold up your
Little
socks.
garters, yeah, right.
Yeah, I remember those.
Then during World War II,
Paul had him when he was in ROTC.
I worked in a factory where we made cloth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wool cloth for Russia, the Russians.
It was World War II.
You know,
Yeah.
I worked like that. And then in other factories I worked, we made, in Biddeford, when I worked in Biddeford during school vacation, I worked in the pepper mills there. We used to make yarn for cotton, you know, sheets and pillowcases.
Yep.
And in those days there was no labor laws. I mean, you know, during vacation, no matter how young you were,
You were.
looking for work.
You were.
Yeah.
And my father never gave us any spending money. He said, if you want some money to spend, you got to earn it.
That's
So
smart.
from the time I was a kid, I had to work if I wanted the money.
Yeah.
That's what my wife tells me. I want money, I gotta work.
You know, nowadays the kids, they like to spend and then they like to, you know.
And they get everything.
Well, my father was very strict on money because he didn't believe in banks. He kept his money separate, you know. He didn't believe in it. So, I mean, he was very kind. He taught us how to take care of money, you know. So that's it.
So, when you went to work in the factories, like in World War II?
Well, in those days, it was all factories. Nowadays, I mean, look at the factories. They're all closed down.
Rhode Island had a lot of factories.
It's all going to Europe now. You know, the cheap labor law.
China or something.
China, India.
And in those days there was a lot of factories, you know, like they're all closed up now.
Yeah, like they had a lot of mills in Rhode Island. A lot of mills in Biddeford too, because of the water, the river. Yeah, they had them on the rivers.
I always worked in factories. It was always factories. There was nothing else, you know. And I used to do some sewing at home for some of the girls that worked in banks and stores and you know what I mean.
Oh, them kind of women. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I did a lot of sewing. You know, I made
The
a lot
proper
of.
women. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
made wedding dresses and
Yeah.
all kinds of things like that. Yeah.
What was it? I remember 1950s. I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I remember some of the winters used to be real cold and that. We had an outhouse.
Yeah.
How about you? Did you have indoor plumbing?
Huh?
Did you have indoor plumbing?
I don't know what you said.
Outhouse. The bathroom. Outside. You had to go outside to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
Remember the old outhouses?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You must have had those. Outhouse? The bathrooms were outside?
The toilet's outside, old outhouse.
Oh, outside toilet.
Yeah, outside toilet. Yeah,
Well,
outside. Wrong word. Toilet.
I'll tell you something. When I lived in Canada, we had regular toilets in the house
In Canada.
because it belonged to England, and
Yeah.
it was the law was they had to have indoor toilets. When I moved to the United States, then I was an outside toilet.
You froze your
Figure
butt
that one
off.
out.
You froze your butt off.
Yeah.
Go outside and go, whoa, too cold.
Don't stay too long.
You go in, you do your business.
Yeah, really down with
People
the
didn't have
newspaper.
an indoor toilet until the World War II. Then everybody started making money, and they put toilets
Yeah.
in the house. But they didn't have that before.
Yeah. How about when everybody used to listen to the radio on a Saturday night? Did you do that?
What?
Listen to the. Hey,
I
Ninja.
Radio.
Ask her if she listened to the radio on Saturday night. You communicate.
Get
I
Granny
can't.
over there.
Did you used to listen to the radio on Saturday nights?
Huh?
Did you used to listen to the radio on Saturday nights?
Did I used to listen to the radio on
Yeah.
Saturday night?
Yeah.
Not any.
No TVs.
Well, the first time I saw a TV was in New York City when they first came. That was in 1949, I think.
World's
about
Fair,
that
back in
time.
37.
Yeah. Well, I happened to be in the radio
39.
music hall on the top floor when they invented television, and they showed the only thing they could show was down below people walking around. That's all it was.
That's exciting.
At the beginning. Yeah.
The Today Show still does that.
You know,
How about movies
that
back
was
then?
about 1949 or
Yeah.
48, yeah.
Yeah.
And I happened to be in New York City at the time, you know, and I saw them invent that.
Movies back then were.
My husband had relatives in New York City, you know, and he was brought up when he was a kid. He was in New York City, so we used to go there a lot, you know,
Yeah.
2-3 times a year, and then we used to see all the Broadway shows. They used to make movies right there down
Yeah.
below then,
Yeah.
before they moved to Hollywood.
Yeah.
We used to stand there and watch them make movies.
Time.
I mean, you know, you'd be surprised. My mother-in-law was tall and good-looking, and once in a while they used to use her as an extra, and they used to get $7 an hour. She used to get just to walk around
That's a week's pay.
as a background.
That was a week's pay
That
back
was in New
then.
York
That
City.
ain't bad people walking around.
We used to go to New York. We used to go to New York City and go into Harlem.
But
In Harlem and watch the Negro boys, you know what I mean? And now they became famous after that. We used to
Yeah.
watch them on the street
Yeah.
doing all kinds of
Funny.
things.
Yeah.
And then years after that, we saw them on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
but the big question about New York:
About New York?
are you a Yankee fan or are you a Boston fan?
You mean for baseball?
Yeah. Red Sox
I
or
like
Yankees?
baseball. I even played baseball.
You did? You were,
Yeah,
you were in that girl league?
Well, I played baseball because, well, not big league.
Yeah.
But on that street, my little street, when I lived in Rhode Island, my husband used to take care of a lot of kids around the neighborhood.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And take care of, and we had a baseball team, and I used to play. I used to play baseball with them too. You know, we used to play baseball. My husband used to be a catcher.
But do you like the Red Sox or the Yankees?
Yeah. Well, I didn't have no special.
Red Sox.
No, I always like baseball anyway. I don't have no special.
Just say Red Sox.
I know the Red Sox.
All right, that's good, Gil. That's
I
good.
know it. I know
Good
it.
answer, Gil.
Red
Good
Sox.
answer.
I know it.
Hey, go on about the Hawaiian
I know
band.
that from way
What
back.
about this Hawaiian band? Hawaii?
What?
Hawaiian band? You know, a band?
Ukulele.
Huh?
Ukulele.
You know, the
Ukulele.
Yeah.
I used to play the ukulele.
Who did?
Me.
No.
I used to play the ukulele. My husband used to play the guitar.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yes. On the stage too, in Providence. They had a regular team, and they used to go, and that's where we saw some of the actors and actresses used to be on the same week as we were there. We happened to be there, different ones. You know what I mean? That we used to see. Yeah. Oh, I've seen all that stuff.
Who did you say opened for your band? Was it Frank Sinatra? Someone you said opened for your band.
What? I don't know.
Who? Your band. Who opened for the band? Who played with you? Frank Sinatra?
I used to see. I saw Frank Sinatra on the stage.
Did you? Yeah.
I saw Frank Sinatra on the stage. He was there, and some of the actresses that did now, I guess, used to be on the stage. I mean, yeah, they used to sing. You know what I mean? I can't think of their names right now, you know.
Yeah.
But I saw them in person. I used to see them in person.
Yeah.
I saw quite a few actors and actresses in person anyway.
But when you were on stage performing, you were on stage,
I played the ukulele.
who was before you? What act before you? Who did you follow? Like, I perform on stage,
They
and
were
then you
Hawaiian, they was called Hawaiian,
It was Frank Sinatra.
the Hawaiians, I guess, was the name. The name of our team was the Hawaiian. There was a fellow that played the violin, and there was the one that played the guitar, and the one that played the banjo, and I played the ukulele, and I don't know, they're all dead now. Like they're all dead now. Yeah, and and during the depression, you know, I don't know. Were you a kid then? I mean, do you remember 1929?
almost.
Born yet, no.
He wasn't born
Little
yet.
before my
During the
time.
depression, you know what I mean? We couldn't get any work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was no work to be had. So we had a team, my husband and the team, we used to go around and in some of the public buildings, and we used to play music, you know, and sing and everything. And then I used to make cookies, and we used to sell them to the audience.
Yeah, there you go.
We used to sell them to the audience.
If they gave you money, that was good.
I know.
Yeah.
Because we had no money, we had to earn money somehow to
Yeah.
work. Because it was, you know, it was not, during depression. It was terrible. There was nothing.
Wow.
I could write a book.
Why don't you?
You write a
I was
book.
going
Why don't
to.
you write a book?
I was going to. It's too late now because I can't type anymore.
No, but
type.
you can talk it.
No, I can't even. I can't. Not enough.
Milk.
Yeah, no, I can't. But I always meant to write a book, you know, because I was. They offered even in Rhode Island, in Bethel, they even offered. They could print my book over there. They said it would cost only about $200, and they would print my book. But I never did. I never got around to it. First thing I know, I was too old for it.
Wow.
But I mean, I've had a lot of experience. I mean, you name it, and I've.
Well, tell us what else.
Yeah, keep going.
Keep going. Tell us what else.
Yeah, I used to play hockey too. You know, I lived near a river, and when it was frozen and everything, we used to the gang in the same street as I was. We used to play hockey. You know what I mean? Because my husband was not a Boy Scout.
He wasn't a Boy Scout.
But he used to have we had 22 kids. We had 22 kids on our street, you know what I mean? And my husband used to be like a teacher to them, you know, he used to teach them different things, you know, like that. Yeah. We used to do all kinds of, we played baseball and we played hockey in the winter. And,
street ball, stick ball.
And we had snowshoes, I mean.
We lived on a hill.
Sounds like a one-person boys'
We lived down a
club.
hill, and we put horses at one end and the other, so we could slide. My mom used to block the hill off. We go sliding.
Yeah, because I've had a lot of experience.
Well, what else?
Wow.
My husband used to be, he took a course in photography, you know what I mean? So he took a lot of photography pictures. He used to make pictures and send them to Providence. And they used to make postcards out of it and then sell the postcards. But he used to pay him for the picture, you know.
Yeah.
So he did a lot of that too, photography.
Did you, in Rhode Island?
That was in Rhode
Did you
Island.
ever go down
Yeah.
did you ever go to Oakland Beach?
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Oakland Beach?
Did I?
Oakland Beach.
Rhode Island.
In Oakland Beach?
Yeah.
Did you ever go there?
I must have.
Were you drinking and you don't remember?
1930 used to have big Ferris wheel,
Oh,
merry-go-round.
I've been on the Ferris
Rocky
wheel
Point.
in
Was Rocky
Old
Point not the
Orchard
same
when I
thing?
lived in Bedford. When I lived in
1938.
Bedford.
But do you like Rocky
I
Point clam
used
cakes?
to have a streetcar went by my house, you know, when I lived in
First time we
A
Bedford.
streetcar named
I guess-
Desire.
A streetcar, you know, a little streetcar, and it used to cost 10
I'll eat
cents.
them.
10
We used to
cents.
go to Old Orchard, and for about $2-3, we used to spend the whole day. You know, I mean, and we used to ride those hobby horses, and they had a Ferris wheel.
Dodgems.
And
Hobby
all
horses?
I mean, yeah.
What's a hobby horse?
Merry-go-round.
A merry-go-round, okay. I mean, I know what a hobby horse is, but
She's too young. She doesn't-
I know what a hobby horse is, like a stick horse.
Too young. That's right. Too.
Yeah, George is
She
the only one.
remembers.
George is the only one her age.
78 years old, I think now. 70. I have a niece that's the same, just 1 year younger
So you're
than her.
78?
And I saw her when she was born. I helped the doctor when she was born. I helped the doctor
Yeah.
make her come to. So I know how to. If anything happens.
If Julie goes into labor, she's all set. Julie! Gil can help
Knows all
you.
about birth and babies.
Yeah.
Gil's birthed a baby. She can help Julie.
But make it slow, Julie.
Right now,
I know what
Julie.
they have to do.
Just in case.
In those days, they didn't go to the hospital.
Right.
You know what I mean? They
Well,
had to-
Julie doesn't need to go to the hospital. You can help her.
Yeah, they had the baby.
Come on over, Julie.
I said, my
Any
my
water
niece, when
breaks,
she
I'm
was
out.
born, I helped the doctor.
I think Julie would be
Wow, you lived a good life.
Yeah, and then during World War II, I took up a course in nursing. You know,
Oh, yeah?
nursing. So my husband was working for the government.
Yeah.
You know, he used to be a spy spotter.
No.
I used to be an airplane spotter.
Yeah?
Give me a piece of brown paper.
And I learned, I took a course in nursing in case anything would happen.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
I did that too. I took
What?
a course in nursing, so I know what they do.
Gil, what didn't you do? What didn't you do?
Why didn't I do? There must be some things I didn't do.
Skydiving?
I don't know. Don't forget, I'm gonna be 100 years old. You know.
When?
Did you just
I
skydive?
had plenty of time to do all that.
Yeah.
Did you jump out of an airplane?
I remember him when he was only 2 years old.
Yeah.
Tracy,
Me too! Me too!
When I first moved to
That one I'm in it. I'm still not in the
now.
picture.
I mean,
He's got to be 4, then I can
she was
remember.
the first one to welcome me in town. You know,
Yeah.
she was the first one to welcome me in town. She
Yeah.
came over. We had just moved.
There
over
ain't
there.
too much competition.
She had about 2
I'd
years
say it was
old.
you or
And he
Nancy.
was bored stiff. He didn't want to. She wanted to sit around and do some talking. He didn't want to do that. He was even then bored.
he was a little baby, huh?
Yeah. Oh yes.
I still am.
Yeah. Look at him now. When I look at him now, so my God, he keeps growing. I don't know how big he's going to get.
Even when he moved academy before he came
I
home.
remember Heidi when she was only
All right, you know what?
what, 10, 12 years old, I guess. Heidi, I think I made
Who
her
she was talking about.
Right?
Me, I didn't
Well, I know, but people who are watching this later wouldn't know.
And
This video is going to be
As long as it's
enormous.
not bugging you, if he's just shooting at you.
You got 4 hours left.
Oh, wow. There we go.
Okay.
Michelle, the strap.
Okay, something else. Anybody else got anything else to ask?
You better run.
Anybody else have a...
You like saltwater taffy? You like saltwater taffy?
salt water.
Taffy.
What's up?
You don't know what?
Candy.
That's something I didn't know what it was. You finally found something.
Did you ever jump out of an airplane? Yeah.
What?
You ever jump out of an airplane?
Did I ever go in an airplane?
Jump out of an airplane. Did you
That's
jump?
another thing I've been to an airplane. When I was living in Canada, I went to a carnival with my brother, and for $5 I got a ride in an airplane. And that was when I was only 8 or 9 years old.
Wow.
$50, I flew to Vegas.
And then my second ride in airplane, during World War II,
Yeah.
there was a guy that lived in our town, and he was an air, he had an airplane, and he was in the Air Force.
She didn't go to
And he
Vegas.
wanted my husband to take his picture, you know what I mean? So my husband
So we
took
going
his
to
picture, and he
Vegas?
gave me a free ride around the town.
All right.
But it was one of those little,
Did you ever drive?
it was a little,
Yeah, she
little,
drove.
little
She drove up
airplane
until
where
2
you
years
could
ago.
look
I'll
down
already
my
be 40 by
garden.
then.
Gosh.
When did you get your
Oh,
license?
I'd be 50 by then.
When did you get your driver's license?
When
Yeah, when? Your driver's license.
my driver's license,
Yeah.
I didn't get my driver's license until I was, I don't know, I was,
A young lady, 75.
well, my husband did all the driving. Anyway, for one thing, and he never let me get behind the wheel. And then when he went in forestry, he was a forest ranger for 10 years. And when he was in forestry, I went to work and I had to have a car to go to work. So he taught me how to drive in the back road, you know what I mean? Just so that I could go from my house to where I was working in the
Yeah.
factory. And that was, I must have been around 40 years old, almost 40 years old at that
Oh,
time.
you were still a young spring chicken.
I never did drive very much anyway. And even now, I never cared to just go to Bethel, and that's about
Yeah.
it. I went to Rumford a few times.
That's living on the wild side to go to Rumford. That's crazy.
Another thing too, I never rode on a bicycle.
Really?
You never
I
rode a bike?
had a 3-wheel bike.
Yeah.
Though. My husband bought me a 3-wheel bike one time,
Yeah.
since I've been in order. But I never did ride a bicycle.
Nick will show you. We'll get Nick out with his bike. He'll show you.
Good memory.
Yeah.
Shop still.
Not easy to ride a 3-wheel. I'll tell you if you can ride a 2-wheel.
All right, 3-wheel, 2 wheels in the back, 1 in front.
All right, what else can we ask her?
I rode overseas, I did.
Yeah.
2
All
wheels
right, what
in
else
the
can we
back,
ask her,
1 in
guys?
front.
What else do you know about we can ask her about?
What kind of...
Before George goes into saltwater taffy again.
We want to go home before dark. By the time we get home, it's
Gil,
dark.
what was your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show. Well, I like this now. I like to watch the news.
The news? No, before
And
that.
then I like The Price is Right.
Price is Right?
The Price is Right. I like The Price is Right. Yeah. But outside of that, I don't do no more. I don't watch no soap operas or anything.
I don't
I
think so.
used to a few years ago,
Yeah.
but now I don't know anybody. You know.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Some of them, one of the girls that was on one of the shows, she lived right next door to me a while back, a few years back. But she used to do soap operas. But I don't watch any of the soap anymore. I don't know the characters.
Yeah.
Now, right now, I like to watch the news.
Yeah.
And they're not very good all the time.
No, no. Trying to think what else Mom was there.
I like The Price is Right. That's about the only one that I
Oh, Bob Barker retired.
Bob Barker. Well,
Yeah, I remember
he's
him.
all done now, you know.
Yeah.
I think was
He's gotta be 90.
the last
Couple of days ago?
He's gonna go. Somebody else is gonna take his place. He's supposed to be this new year.
Yeah.
He didn't mention it
He
yet.
was back since, what, 1960s?
1971, I believe.
71?
Because I think it was the year I was born he started. Claire, what else can we talk about? Woo, that's frosty.